Good afternoon, classmate, and good afternoon, tutor. We want to talk about social media and what reaction in our life, in the society. And we know that the social media are really, really important in our lives. When social media get into our lives, they change all the way of thinking about, the way of work, the way of reaction and relationship with each other. It's good. It is good. It is bad at the same time because as everything has a good thing, has bad thing too. Especially in children that didn't know how to use this. And in this presentation, we want to talk about that kind of topic, benefits, the codes, consequence, and everything about that. And for that reason, we should make some structure about this topic. And I'm gonna make the space to talk there, classmate. Continue, classmate. Okay, our presentation is typed by Angelica Patricia Scortia, Génesis de Dios Medrano, Alexandra Carolina Mendoza, and me, Fray Blanco. Let's start, teacher. I'm gonna make this in this like a paragraph of our presentation, and we have a lot of point introduction, addition to the social media, causes of social media addictions. Uh, Let me here. Serious cases, risk of misuse of social media, cyberbullying, benefits of the use, recommendation, process effect, my case, conclusion by biography, and my pleasure or pleasure, I would say. And let's start with the first. Social networks are an immense means of interaction between people, which allow us to be incarnated in some way or another. This technology advance was a great milestone in life of people, seeing its arrival potential the way in which people undertook new ideas, and not only that, but also demonstrated an advance in the way of with each other on social level, in cultural, economic, and even government. Social network today for a great apprentice in everyone's life. Since through this, we can carry out daily activities so as studying, working, and being attending online. So as we can catch of this paragraph, this introduction, we can see that social media are really, really grateful with us and really benefits for us because we can. The most important for me, we can learn about a lot of things. We can create a lot of things on internet about social media, throughout social media. For example, you know that with this another app like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, that you can interact with a big world and in globalizing the worldwide. We can introduce in that world and make a lot of great things. For example, I'm gonna make you some example with the singer or some actors or some influencer like like say in this time that kind of people make a good use of the social media and show a good result in their life. For example, they can make a professional life creating content for the social media. And for that, it's good. It's working, it's nice. You can study it. You can meeting with your friend or with your coworker or with your classmate or whatever person you can stay next to that person. That is really for me it's really advanced. It's really advanced in this generation, in this century. And like everything is no good for everything. We know that in social media, inside social media, into social media, there are bad content like pornography, like death, like a lot of damage to the environment that make a damage, psychology damage, especially in the shy person, the shy people, the children, and in the teenagers too, and the adult too, but especially the teenagers because they didn't know how to use it and they start, for example, with the laptop and searching whatever information and unknowns appear on the screen and they see, for example, two people making love. That's really terrible for me. And not all the people use the social media to create a good thing, a good ideas, or to establish something good on this platform. They can use for traffic with child, or I don't know, starts with the people. That is really hard to get into the fog, and that it can improve in the deep way. In the deep way is hard to into, but it is especially to pay attention to that. But in conclusion, social media are really really good and advanced for us. Okay, let's continue. Now,
Addiction,
classmate, you can continue.
addiction to social media. A study carried out the Chicago Booth School of Business point out 5 years ago that Facebook, Twitter, and other social networks have a great capacity of addiction than tobacco or alcohol because, among other things, accessing them is simple and free. The use of social networks, including instant message applications, can generate serious addictions with their consequence anxiety, depression, irritability, socialization, distance from real life and family relationship, loss of control, and other things.
Okay. Now,
Cause
causes. I'm sorry.
uh, among the most recogni- recognized causes of social media addictions are low self-esteem, personal dissatisfactions, depression and hyperactivity, and even lack of affections, which adolescents try to feel with famous like it can be clarified by making them depend in the long run on the option of other. The majority profile of the addiction is that of a young person between 16 and 25 years old. Teenagers are most at risk of becoming addicted according to the expert for three fundamental reasons. Their tendency to impulsivity, ay, impulsivity, the need to have a broad and expansive social influence, and finally, the need to refine group identify.
Okay, we have a serious case.
Uh, the death of teenagers at an internet addict camp that sparked a wave of outrage in China. Controversial treatment and center for young internet addicts are at the center of controversy in China over the death of an 18 years old boy in the eastern province of bueno, Anhui. Controversial pros centers for teenagers addicted. The internet remain within the discussion in China to over the death of an 18 years old boy in province in This is the last incident in one of these camps. Some of the military style in which teenagers are to be re-educated with brothers and discipline specific to the armed forces. Easy not, easy not person abuse have been reported with it was, according to systemates quote by newspaper, uy, no sé leer esto, Anhui Shangbao, Miss Liu, Miss Lu, the mother of this boy, she and her husband has had decided to introduce their son to one of these corrective centers because they were unable to stay him turned into a various internet. The discourse around them comes from time ago. Parents work out of real fear that the future in triumph of their exclusive son will fail as he refuses to stop playing in front of the screen and start learning facts told the BBC. On the other hand, on some occasions, back suspect parents have a classical perspective in which violence and called to play a role once we talk about reading a straight. Yeah. Okay, finish.
I'm so sorry. Continue with the other.
Sí.
Okay, because we see the social media. Okay, here's four. Number one is identify fraud. Social media is fraudulent account when some take some abstinence account or personal information to impersonal. The unfortunately they are five profit with the name and photograph of the thing, and its purpose can be associated with the various crimes and fraud, extortion, blackmail, and among others. The second is the legal substance, beware of insulting, defaming, or spreading fake rumor. Such content can generate problems related to the protection of personal data in industrial and intellectual property, criminal law and personal rights, labor law, and adversity among others. The three is form of fear missing out. This is produced by the exchange of photos and videos on social network, which makes the people experience and practical interest to another experience of others, which can potentially feed the feelings that they are missing things, causing anxiety compulsive need to be connected. And the grooming is for and includes up to the behaviors carried out online by pedophiles or pedophilia groomers. The criminal uses in social media as a platform to make contact with their victims and through mechanisms of seduction, they seek the exchange of compromising images of sexual content, and they are then used to extort money from the victim. Finally, the suicide and the most dangerous social network to influence the suicide are Facebook and Twitter, because minors have the facility to access the types of network sanctions the most popular, and this is very horrible. And you see a clear example that we are going to nothing to provide preliminary. Okay, next. Finally, the cyberbullying. Okay, and in this case, the victims are mostly adolescents between the age of 12 and 17, and women are more prone to serious from text message and voice message or photo, video, audios. A project to social network is affecting millions of people victims of bullying are more interacting to experience poor academic performance, depression, anxiety, feeling the loneliness, and shake in a sleep at 18 parent which could be life after. Okay, and next.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about some benefits of the good use of social media. Despite the risk, social media can offer children valuable opportunities to develop a skill and build good footprint. Users can learn and appreciate different perspectives and worldviews of to be better understand the world around them and develop their knowledge on a variety of topics. What do you want to mean or what is say that on internet, on social media, everything is not bad. There are a lot of good things. For example, you can start your career, your professional career on social medias. For example, on the platform of the university, like us in this moment, we are using the social media for the good proposal, to study, to increase in a professional way. We can use the social media to working or to learn other language or to start to searching for some new job or to write some book or something like that. That you can read on social media. You can exchange your experience with other persons, or you can meet new people from, for example, Europa, Asia, another country so far from you. And for me, the most important benefits of internet or social media, for me, it's the same, is that you can interact with a lot of people instead of, send cards or send another notice. Your message are immediately. Yeah, for me, is that's really the best for me. Okay, let's continue.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Alexandra Mendoza. Recommendation. Do not believe everything you read. In social network, not everything we can read is true. They are people who are dedicated to marking face publicity. With the people of scam, phone or plagium, think before reading. In social network, what we write or say can be very harmful to use. Um, we must think very careful about what we write uh, because millions of people will read it. Always be alert to positive. Stranger um, bueno, Havery always be on the lookout for any stranger or on social network. They are excuse me. Mm, always be on the look food in any stranger. Mm, other is create security password. In all social network, it is necessary to have a secure password to prevent other unscrupulous people from posting obscene or inappropriate thing pretending to be in EU. Other do not share information or that personal that is private and do not share it with other. Precaution when using other device. Through on alert notification on deliveries. Be careful with your geolocation. It is preferring not to activity geolocation. Next. Okay, a positive aspect and speak of information. Make it easy for you to search for information. Access to us price of connect and only sale. Thanks to this, many people can make a living for these sales. And the most briquette, it is the moon briquette and the danger challenge of the social New York network, TikTok, that can cause several facial injuries to join gears. This viral challenge come to lean in 2020. Why brag teens as its name says in one of the consequences that can cause this danger challenge in the worst case, and it can get the people to fire at head injuries. Thanks.
Okay, now the conclusion. Finally, we can conclude that the current management and use of social network is of the almost important, seeing as we already seen the consequence and risks faced by thousands of adolescents around the world. It is very serious because the rate of suicides increase every day. And it is worried that many parents are not taking preventive measures for this without fears being wrong. I think it's time that both the companies that own the network, the parent or direction of the college university open their eyes and be alert to any little alert signals that they can detect to prevent disaster as in the cases we saw today. But not everything is bad if it's good to communicate with other and meet somewhere new to other to share this other beautiful experience, but none of this is useful or relevant if they're more bad thing than good. And that's everything. This is the bibliography that we have to find all the information to do this presentation, and you can see that this all the link. There's a lot of information with the normal app application, 7 edition. And thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, classmate. Bye bye.
Bye bye.